I think anybody, all you can ask for is consistency. I think, over the years, the numbers speak for themselves. I know Mr. Manfred says the balls haven't changed, but I think there's enough information out there to say that's not true. Whether he has a say-so or not, I don't know. But I think we just want consistency. Whether the balls are juiced or not, hey, I'm pitching with the same ball that everybody else is pitching with. So that's a fair and even playing field. But when I think the main complaint is that the balls seem a little bit different in the postseason, and even from the postseason to the World Series balls, they're a little slick. You just deal with it, but I don't think it's the case of one pitcher saying, "Hey, something's different here." I think it's as a whole, everybody's saying, "Whoa, these are something's a little off here." So, on one hand, you can have somebody say that manufactures the balls, they're not different, and on the other hand, you can say that the people that have held a ball in their hand their entire life are saying it's different. You value one over the other. You take your pick.
Interesting. Now, his teammate, Dallas Keuchel, has gone a step further to say the balls are absolutely juiced, and we now have set records for total home runs in the regular season, postseason, and the World Series.
Yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. We already had an incredibly historic home run season from the regular season. But then once you set the postseason home run record, and through 5 games in the World Series, you already have more home runs at 22 than any other fall.
We're just tacking on at this point.
Yeah, because there's plenty of World Series that have gone 7 games, but in only 5 we got 22 bombs.
It sounds like Justin Verlander is trying to tell us something. Hey, guys that have held this ball in our hands the whole time, we're telling you this feels different.
I believe him.
So are the balls juiced?
Probably, yeah.
Do you care?
I don't care. No, I really don't
care.
care. I think in every sport, you look at the tools of the trade evolve and they change. And they change based on the league. We've seen basketballs change. We've seen footballs change over the years. We've seen a lot of things change. I think Justin Verlander said it perfectly. Now, first of all, like I said, I believe him. I think they might be wound tighter.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything about the slickness
No, that's
of the
the
ball.
first we're
I kept
hearing.
hearing about how tightly they're wound, and that makes them a little bit more lively. They jump off the bat a little bit more. We're also, look, for the last 3 days, we played in a very homer-friendly park in Minute Maid. The juice box, the ball flies out of that park. That helps. So if the ball's a little slick, which I personally am no scientist, so I don't know exactly what the slickness of the ball would do. I obviously understand winding it tighter is going to generate more distance when it's hit. But everyone's playing with the same ball. Everyone. And it didn't seem, even though we gave up 2 home runs, it's a little uncharacteristic for Verlander. He was brilliant in Game 2. You look at Kershaw in Game 1. He was brilliant in Game 1. It's the same baseball from Game 1 to Game 5, and Kershaw just did not have the same success rate that he did in Game 1, in Game 5. Part of that's the park, part of that's the situation, and part of it is just Kershaw. And in general, I think these are 2 fantastic offenses. And if it's even all the way across, I don't really have a problem with it.
It's just bizarre to think that Clayton Kershaw, who I think we all look at as arguably the best regular season pitcher you can make a case in the history of the game,
definitely
has now given up more home runs in one postseason than any time before in the history of baseball. That is...
Does that say more to you about Kershaw, or does that say more to you about the baseballs?
I don't know. Tyler keeps telling me about launch angles, and we got wound baseballs.
It's probably somewhere in between.
Right? There's something going on.
In between. Kershaw is not his same regular season self once you flip the calendar to
Could you
October,
imagine if...
And the baseballs are a little slicker.
Sosa and McGuire were still playing? The stuff in the bats and in their arms.
The neck knee.